I remember the fact, of course, that he was blind. He never ever saw any of us because he was blinded in the war and married my mother after the war. Head wound here, and and he let me bathe it for him. I used to do that for him, and I felt like the real little nurse sort of thing doing that. When he was in the war. After the war. He went to St Dunstan's, which was a hospital for the blind in England, and they taught him there to be a poultry farmer, so that when he came home, he was a poultry farmer. So he kept all these chooks, and I can remember seeing him catch the chooks, and he could catch them just as well as a sighted person.
The fact that there was no counselling or post-traumatic stress syndrome sort of identified or anything like that, what those guys went through and then came back, and he never drank, did he? Never touched alcohol, so it's incredible, really.
I think he coped extremely well with it. As I say, to me, he blotted that out. And it was just the only reference to the fact that he'd had that injury really was the fact that he would rub this wound of his. But no, to me, he'd really blocked it out.
His rank was a driver, which is, so as part of a gun team, they had a driver who looked after the horses and then drove the horses when they shifted the guns and things like that. So that's what he did. He didn't go to the war until he went to France in October 1917, and then he was wounded in September 1918, which is only a couple of months before the end of the war.
I've always felt it was so sad that he was never ever saw us, but of course he did all this business, and he.
Are you a proud daughter?
I'm a very proud daughter. Very proud daughter.